Hey everyone, today I thought I'd share with you my thoughts on the DJI Osmo 360, which I've recently repurchased. And I'll do that while showing you clips of me cycling and then using the DJI 360 as my camera. Now, I have done color grading on this video, as you can see, but this was filmed in 8K 50 frames per second, and I have a selfie sort of pole that's attached to the back of my bike as I am doing this, and that's how I am capturing it. And looking at this right now, it looks fine, actually, but I'm going to be honest in saying that it took me forever to edit this video to look like this. And it's not even the best 360 video I have ever seen. Okay. And that is actually one of the reasons why I returned it the first time that I bought it. It's because the editing just takes forever. And I am going to be the first to admit that I am very lazy when it comes to editing. I've managed to teach myself to create a power grade for color grading so that I only have to click a button and it does this to the video. So I have some gripes with this, and I'm going to, spoiler alert, return this camera again. I honestly really wanted to love the 360. I have plans of traveling to Japan in the next 2 months, and I can't bring my drone with me. So I was thinking I was going to use a 360 camera like this for me to be able to film similar videos like this where it looks like the camera is following me instead of me doing it selfie style. But there are so many restrictions in Japan, and even if you register your drone, you're gonna have to get permission to fly the drone everywhere you go. And there are so many places that have signs that you can't fly a drone there. And so I thought, I'm gonna get the 360, I'm gonna film with it, and I'm just going to make it look like a drone is following me, like right now. But it just takes so long to edit. And I have to say that the DJI Studio is a piece of crap. Like, honestly, it's not great. There's a lot of things that can still be improved with that. And it's just, I don't know, it's very clunky. It's crashed on me 3 times while editing this video. It simply isn't good enough to use for such large files. Now, I edit on a MacBook M4 Pro, so I don't think it's the laptop. I think it's this DJI Studio. The other thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is I bought the lens guards for this, and I returned one. Those are the third party ones. I returned it because it creates a lot of like reflection and haze in the videos. So I thought I'm gonna go and try and film without it and see the image quality that I get out of it. And as you can see here, it's pretty all right. My only thing is I'm always sort of like checking on whether the lens has gotten scratched, has it gotten broken, is it cracked, things like that, that I shouldn't have to worry about, you know? Personally, I haven't really had any fogging issues like others have reported, but I haven't really been in places where there's drastic change in temperature. Like, for instance, when you're coming from an indoor place that's heated and then you come out to a much colder location. then that usually you get fogging, or like when you put the 360 underwater. I did attempt to do that under the faucet, but that didn't seem to do anything. What I did really notice though is because I film in 8K 50 frames per second, it heats up quite a bit and quite quickly too. I haven't had any notification of overheating. I haven't had any notification that I need to turn it off, but you can feel with just your touch that it is definitely so much hotter than the other um, cameras that I have. And granted, that's probably because it is such a large file that it's writing on. But yeah, it's just a concern for me. Now, here you would hear me actually speaking, and this is the internal audio of the camera that's being used. And I think it's great, actually. The
Can I please
internal
have a nice almond latte?
audio of the camera
the
is
grande
pretty good,
size,
I'd have to
please.
say. It picks up
That's it,
really
thanks.
well. But it also means that it picks up like wind noise quite a bit. So, yes. I don't know. I'm just not convinced that for the type of videos that I make that I need this camera. After editing the videos, the image quality isn't really that fantastic anyway, and I feel like I would be able to do very similar videos without a 360 camera. The other thing that I wanted to say is that the whole point of me buying this camera is so that I don't have to worry about framing before taking the shot, because I should be able to do that in post. However, what I have noticed is that I need to be very conscious of where the lenses face, and that the direction that they're facing is towards myself and the back, and never like halfway, because the stitching isn't great. I've owned the Insta360 X4 before, and unless you come quite close to the stitching area, you wouldn't really be able to tell that the two lenses are combining the images. However, with this one, if you slightly, even very slightly turn the camera in a direction that's diagonal, you can definitely see where the stitching is. And it's annoying as hell, because that means that I need to be creative with my reframing so that it doesn't show. There's a lot of warping that happens, and I'm just not happy with it. So yeah, I don't think I will be keeping this, even if it's the second time that I've purchased it. I have been really trying to convince myself that this is a great camera and that I can learn to edit 360 videos. And I've watched tons of videos on how to make it easier, what to do, tips on keyframes and all that stuff. And while I've learned, and I would like to think that I've learned at least the very basics of it, that I could create videos like this, I feel like it's just a lot of extra steps for something that maybe can be replicated with a normal camera. I'd also like to say that the intelligent tracking is not intelligent at all. The amount of times that it's lost the subject is just nuts. Like that Christmas tree scene there where I was going around the Christmas tree, I was trying to track it through the DJI Studio. Like the number of times I've had to retrack it was just ridiculous. It's just not great. at all. So yeah, those are my thoughts about the DJI Osmo 360. Give me some tips because I really want to love this camera. I just can't get myself to do so. Um, yeah, let me know in the comment section of any tips that you might be willing to share with me. But if all you're going to say is that I need to be patient with it, I'm sorry, that's out the window. My ADD brain just can't deal with it. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.